That's not oil. Hey, welcome back again. This one is an odd one for me, at least. It's one of those single stage buzzards. It's a Powermate premium overhead engine, 208cc overhead valve, 21-inch clearing width. This thing has a manual chute, looks like an old tire as an impeller, and it is manually propelled, so it's not driven by the engine. So the customer said that it hasn't run for a couple years. It was a little dirty. It doesn't seem anything wrong with it, really, just by looking at it. Just wants it up and running. So let's dive into it. So at first glance, nothing really seems wrong with it so far. The impeller is in pretty good condition. It doesn't seem like it's overly frayed or anything like that. There's very minimal rust. The cutting edge is a little rounded off, but that's not too big of a deal. It's primarily plastic, other than for this the actual scoop portion of it, and the rest of it's plastic. Let's check the oil. Let's get a rag here. Here's a rag. All right, give her a little wipe. The oil smells a little bit like gas. It looks super thin. Interesting. It is full though. Well, I don't trust that. And do we have any fuel? There is some fuel in there. It doesn't look very dark in color, so that might be okay. I think I might drain a little bit of the oil and see what we're dealing with, because that was very thin. So, got the adjustable on it, and that seemed to be able to break it free. Let's see what's in here. Whew. That's not oil. Let's tip all that good stuff in. Yikes. That looks like a whole tank of gas to me. And there's some oil. Wow. Well, that's an odd one. Let's give her a quick whiff. Okay, so that's just gasoline. That's incredible. Change the pan. See if we can get anything else out. Looks like there might be a little bit more in there. Okay. Crazy. All right. Tighten that back up, and we'll put some fresh oil in. My suspicion is that the carburetor probably leaked all that fuel. Because this doesn't have a shut off. No. I'd rather not take that carburetor off yet, but I think I might have to. Maybe we'll put some oil in and see what happens. I don't even think this thing has a pull start. Oh, there it is. Smoke. Maybe I'll just throw a little bit more fuel in there. Jesus. There's a smoky buzzer. All right, let's give it another try. figure this one out. Looks like a couple 10 mils. Get some plastic off. Gasket. Oh, it looks like this already had some work done to it. The choke linkage seems to be welded, which wouldn't really cause a problem. Just that somebody's been in here over the years. All right, take the primer off and the throttle and the governor spring. Slide this off and let's see if I can. I think I'm gonna have to get some pliers to get the fuel line off. Tip this buzzard up a little bit. Okay. Just like to set this like this. Yeah, fuel's gonna leak from that. All right, there we go. I don't expect a whole lot of junk in here, but that looks like some clean fuel. Yeah, a little bit of debris in there. Yeah. Always good to take this off. Oh yeah, there's... I wonder if that's able to... Yeah, you can see that stuff right there. And there's a little bit inside the bowl as well. So we'll clean that up. Okay, carburetor's nice and clean. Blew air through the jets and all the holes. So now we can put the buzzard back together. And I'm thinking this will probably run just a smidge little better. Oh, the needle's just, there we go. And slide the float pin in. Okay. All right, nice and tight, carburetor's clean. The gasket should hold up, I think. This one's collapsing upon itself a little bit, but I don't think it's intended to do anything else. So we'll slam this one back on. Oh yes, probably should put the springs. Oh. Yeah. Let's put this thing back on first. Fuel line. As long as I did a good job with the needle and seat, should be okay. Nothing special about the spring and the governor. Just put them back in the hole. Sometimes you got to put them in before you get the carburetor in there. There's just not enough room to be able to do that. Okay, we'll put our primer line back on, choke, and here's our little case with our gasket. Looks like there is a breather that will need to go onto the valve cover there. Let's see. There's just a little fin dangling here to get these things in. That valve breather. I think we're okay. We've got 2 10 mils and button down. And that's pretty much it. All right, time to test this out. All right, let's try it. Chokes off, a couple pumps, and put the key in. gonna take it for a little drive up the road. All right, well, cleaning the carburetor definitely solved that spitting and sputtering that it was doing earlier. Just for the sake of it, I will, I think I might just check the spark plug. It had been burning a lot of oil, so maybe it fouled up a little bit. And since it's been sitting for a couple of years, it might be worth doing that. You know, even with all that oil burning, the spark plug looks nice and clean. So, I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, that's hot. So the last thing I think I'll do again now, finally, we'll give it another check of the oil. She's low. This one's hard to read. The oil's so clean. Looks like we're good. All right, this one wasn't too crazy, but I might still get a 1/4-inch fuel shut off because it was clear based on the oil that came out of it or fuel that the gas tank leaked through the carburetor and filled that the crankcase with fuel, which then leaked past the rings of the cylinders and caused all that smoke that we were getting when we first started it up. So I'll head down to the hardware store tomorrow and maybe see if I can find a 1/4-inch shut off. That'll at least prevent that from happening another time. Other than that, this is a nice and easy one. Thanks for watching. See ya.